Rolling forward, we're going to continue on with the self-published book unboxing series. And today, we're going to compare KDP versus CreateSpace versus Lulu. Stay tuned. Welcome to Self-Publishing with Dale, where you'll learn to publish books that sell and build an unstoppable brand. And we are rolling forward with even more unboxing of books and comparing print-on-demand distribution platforms. It's with pleasure that I'm able to present this series to you, that we are able to focus on what we can expect from delivery, shipping and handling, and quality as far as the print books go from each one of the platforms. So today, I actually had the privilege of covering 3 different platforms, but also having many authors contributing their books to the self-published book unboxing series. So big shout out to them. And also it should be noted that I'm not reviewing the contents of the book or the manuscript or the authors of the books, more so the print-on-demand distribution platforms and their services. So let's push forward. Time to get KDP Print out of the way. Mojo actually sent me her book here, and much like in the previous video where I discussed about Mark Brownless's order getting here in record time, this book got here in 6 days, one of the fastest books to get here, especially by way of KDP Print. But it was the shipping and handling that I found very underwhelming. As per usual, they shipped it out by bubble wrap envelope. Now, for a small book like this, it's not an issue. When you get a little larger, you might run into problems where it gets kicked around or the pages get bent. We need some kind of corrugation to support this. Not one to rest on just one book for KDP Print. I've got 2 books, and this one's a little bit different as far as the cut goes. And this is from Xenia Zilli, and hers is an imaginative coloring book, and it's a little large. You can see it's 8.5 by 11, and it has white print on the inside. This one took altogether almost the longest to ship here out of all of them, 16 days. They originally said it was going to get here within 4 to 5 days, but then it kept getting pushed forward and kept getting pushed forward and kept getting pushed forward. So the delivery was a big fail. Where they got it right with Mojo's book, mind you, these 2 ordered their books the same day. But for some reason, this got here in record time, whereas this one got here in, well, the opposite end of the spectrum of record time. Shipping and handling, much the same. Bubble wrap envelope, it came here, but it was still in pristine shape. I'm very happy with it. As far as quality goes, I can't express this enough times. KDP Print does a good job of quality printing. Each one of these are glossy covers. It should be noted in the very first portion of the series that James Ranson's book was actually a matte finish. If I were to lean in favor of one or the other, I would say that I prefer glossy covers, but this is just a matter of personal preference. Quite frankly, the matte cover and the glossy cover are both fantastic through KDP Print. But what about CreateSpace books? Well, I've shared a few other orders previously in Greg Austin's book, as well as Mary Vogelsong's books, and they all came through very nicely. So here's what the results look like. Where Greg's book took about 15 days and Mary's book took about 12 days, that's about par for course when it comes to CreateSpace's delivery time. My expectations have always been about that. Unless you're willing to part ways with more money to have it rush shipped, that's about right. As far as the shipping and handling, I've said this before, CreateSpace nailed it. They ship books and corrugated cardboard, so that way they are reinforced, and if they're dropped, they're kicked, they're tossed somewhere along the line during transit, they're not damaged. I like my books to be undamaged when I receive them. So can you imagine when your readers receive this and they're all damaged? Well, with corrugation, that really minimizes the risks. As far as quality goes, as I kind of shared in the previous video about KDP Print versus CreateSpace, there's not too much of a differentiation between the quality. Glossy covers, matte covers look really good. So I believe to a certain extent Amazon does have the same printers. As far as globally speaking, they're going to be different ones, I'm sure, from one place to the next. And last but not least, in the comparison will be Lulu.com, and I've covered these two books previously. Both books took a record time of 5 days. Were they the fastest to get here on the doorstep? Not by any stretch, but bearing in mind one of my previous instances, I got one here in 4 days and it came damaged from KDP Print. So if I had to wait another day longer to get it in good quality like this, then I'd be happy to do that. Next is shipping and handling. Again, bubble wrap envelope, just not appropriate. Folks at Lulu, you might want to consider that when you're shipping out any book, whether big or small, to send it out via corrugated cardboard, so that way it minimizes risks. Given the fact that I've had numerous books shipped from everywhere, these two came in perfect shapes. That means your batting average is perfect at this point. And as far as quality goes, as I've shared in previous videos, between the cream colored paper and the white paper, looks really, really good. The glossy covers are awesome. The cut is just near perfect. Definitely, as far as a product goes, I'm gonna lean in favor of Lulu. So let's go ahead and let's do a little bit of a comparison between the three products. First of all, we've got KDP Print, and it seems like the average time is all over the board when it comes to delivery time. It can be anywhere from 4 days to as much as 16 days. So it seems that as far as delivery goes, it's just too unpredictable for me to actually put all of my faith in it. Then we've got CreateSpace. It might take just a little bit longer for it to get here, but we at least expect that it's going to take anywhere from a week and a half to 2 weeks for the book to arrive on our doorstep. And then last but not least, Lulu, in my opinion, wins out big when it comes to delivery time because they nailed it. 5 days for standard shipping and handling. Kudos. Lulu got that one. Now next, it comes shipping and handling. We already know there's two options so far. We've got the bubble wrap envelope versus the corrugated cardboard for shipping out books. I think I've said this a million times in the self-published book unboxing series. If we're gonna have our books shipped to us or our customers, let's minimize the risk of damage, because here is the biggest issue. When a customer receives a damaged book, guess who that reflects on? The authors, because they're gonna go over and they're gonna leave a low review for your damaged book. Great book to read. But it came with pages torn and the binding broken. 1 star. What the heck? So then we get penalized, and the sad thing is, if it's on Amazon, we reach out to them and they'll turn us down because they want to leave all of the reviews up that are honest. I don't think that's very fair, and Amazon, you need to take note and know that, first of all, KDP Print, they got it wrong when it comes to bubble wrap envelope. Lulu.com, bubble wrap envelope again. No go. CreateSpace, corrugated cardboard, nailed it. So I would say at this point, who wins out when it comes to shipping and handling? It'd be CreateSpace. I know it's a little longer, but man, it's so much more worth it to get a mint condition, pristine copy of your book in the mail. Last, but certainly not least, is going to be quality. And of course, this is going to be super subjective, and you're welcome to disagree with me on this point. And here's what it comes down to. We've got the KDP Print books and CreateSpace books. Amazon's already come out and said, look, we're using the same printers. I'm going to trust them for the most part when it comes to that. There was a slight deviation from CreateSpace to KDP Print book that I had shared in a previous video, but who knows, maybe it was just a different type of a printer was put on. I don't know how to explain that, but either way, great quality. I've always been happy with them. Slight, mishaps here and there, but for the most part, it's been pretty good. But to me, I really am absolutely blown away by Lulu when it comes to quality. The glossy cover, the cut, and everything else. So with the comparison of KDP Print versus CreateSpace versus Lulu, I'm going to lean heavily in favor of Lulu because they've got 2 of the check marks in their column when it comes to absolutely killing it on delivery and killing it on quality. So all we got to do is see if we can get that shipping and handling to corrugated cardboard. That would definitely make a lot more of us authors and readers very happy. But hey, listen, this is not it. I can guarantee you that we're going to be talking a bit more about self-published books and different print-on-demand distribution platforms. Instead of letting this party be all over, why don't you go ahead and join me in the next video? I'll see you there.